Hey everybody, today I'm going to be talking about MVNOs and how possibly to either lower your Keitai bill or to get a Keitai in Japan a little bit easier. All of the logos that you'll see are property of their respective companies and no infringement is interpreted, whatever. Hey everybody, that was the longest day ever. Yeah, I got busy yesterday and couldn't get back to re-recording. I had recorded this once, but the audio was all jacked up. Hopefully it'll be fine this time, and we'll find out if you can see this. Yay! All right, but I want to talk about MVNOs. That's Mobile Virtual Network Operators. Basically, what these guys do is they go to the big three. In Japan, the big three is AU, Softbank, and Docomo, and they buy network time from them, both voice and data. And then they resell it to us schmucks. Okay, so if you've ever gotten a Keitai or cell phone from one of the big three here, you know it's a huge pain in the butt, and they aren't real pleasant. And the thing that you probably did not know, or maybe did not know, is that all of the phones that you buy directly from them are locked to their network, which means you can't take a SoftBank phone and use it on a Docomo network, which can be a huge pain in the butt. That means if you do want to switch your number from SoftBank to Docomo, you can switch the number, but you got to buy new hardware once you get over to Docomo. These guys pretty much all have 2-year contracts as well, but 2 years for normal people is 24 months. For these guys is like 26 or 27. And if you don't cancel during the month that you're supposed to cancel, then they charge you an extra $100. So I'm going to talk about MVNOs, which have much shorter contracts, if at all, and basically going month to month on those. Generally, with the main carriers, you're going to be locked in, and you're going to be paying probably 6,000 to 8,000 yen a month for your service, including probably 5 gigabytes of data and whatever phone calls you accrue. And there's usually a discount between the same carrier. So if you have SoftBank and call SoftBank, you're going to probably have that phone call for free, but not always, or there's a minor charge. And canceling and getting out of these contracts is a huge pain in the butt. So today I'm going to give you some options about how to cut your Keitai bill, possibly a lot, and put yourself in a position so that you can get out of these contracts much easier. So for my iPad 2, I've been using B-Mobile, and they are pretty good. They're a Docomo reseller, and this is just a data chip. It's a platinum data SIM, and I pay 3,000 yen a month and have 10 gigabytes of data, which I have not actually come close to. But Netflix just started, so we'll see how that goes. There are a couple of companies, and B-Mobile is also one of these, where you can get phone service as well. Now, phone service in Japan, you must give them your ID and prove that you're resident in the country. If you're coming in to visit and you have a SIM-free phone, the prepaid, time-limited 14-day or 7-day SIM you can get at Narita is part of this system. It's a Docomo reseller, although I've heard Docomo is going to be reselling, or is going to be selling these prepaid temporary numbers as well. This summer I was talking with a friend of mine, and he told me that he's been using one of these resellers called IIJMIO, and I don't know how to pronounce that. Ijimio, whatever. And he's been using an unlocked iPhone and pays about 3,500 yen a month for his service. Now, he had to buy the iPhone from the Apple Store, which you can get SIM-free. You cannot get it from the carriers SIM-free right now, and until this year, they would not unlock them no matter what. However, if you have a phone that is already locked to the Docomo network, then you don't have to worry about it. You can just use any of those. So, if you want a cheaper phone, go to the recycle shop, pick up any of the phones that you want, as long as it's tied to Docomo. And there is a reseller for AU, but I've only found the one, and I have not found any resellers for the SoftBank network. There's a site called mondaiji.com, these guys, and they put out an article in July or June. Anyway, I'll have a link for it down in the section below, comment section below, and they went through a whole bunch of resellers for Docomo. So go check it out. B-Mobile and DMM and Rakuten has one if you're big on Rakuten points. But I think I'm going to be going with the IIJ MIO because they're the cheapest, and you get 10 gigabytes a month. Now, because I'm currently on Softbank, that means I'll have to cancel the service and then buy a new phone. And because I'm using the 6 Plus, it's going to be a little pricey. So I'm torn on whether or not I want to sell this, or I have a collection of all the iPhones that have been released in Japan. So I don't know what I want to do. Probably I'll have to resell it and buy a new phone. Probably directly from Apple, which means I'm paying straight out. Now, I would have been paying completely for this phone anyway. So in order to get out of my contract, I have to pay this phone off and then cancel the contract, which is going to be another $100. So I'm not going to be making this change until December or January, probably, because I is broke. But the switch to IIJMIO is going to probably cut my bill to about a third or less of what I'm currently paying now. This thing is ridiculously expensive, and SoftBank is I don't care much for them. Their service is okay as far as getting onto the network and stuff like that, but trying to contact them or do anything with them, it's just not happy. Not a happy SoftBank customer. So if you have a SIM-free phone, which you can buy directly from Apple through the Apple Store, or any phone that's locked to Docomo already, you can get unlocked phones or SIM-free phones. If you take a look on amazon.co.jp, you can find them, probably on Rakuten as well. Unlocked phones, you're going to pay a little bit of a premium. So if you're coming in from overseas, make sure you buy an unlocked phone back home, because probably you're going to get a little bit better deal. So I'll keep you posted on how my transition goes around the first of the year. And the friend of mine that I talked to about it really likes the service and is really happy with it. And the Docomo network is bigger than SoftBank, even though I never like to admit that. And I think it'll work out pretty well. So if you're looking to save a little bit of money and get out from underfoot of these guys, I hate them, then go check out this guy and take a look at his article. It's a much more thorough article and has a lot more information than I have here. I will leave a bunch of links down in the section below in case you don't want to visit him. You can go straight to a couple of other sites. There's a Japanese site called MVNOs-Keitai.com, and that will give you a full list of all of the resellers that I've heard of, and quite a few that I haven't, what their restrictions are and how much they cost a month, how much data you get. It's worth taking a look at. And yeah, so screw these guys. They got poor customer service. Oh, and most of these are all in Japanese. So recruit a Japanese friend to help you get through all of this stuff. But I think it's going to be worthwhile. And the one that I'm going to go on, you can get up to 4 SIM cards, so that you're sharing the data, that 10 gigabytes, you're sharing the data with all 4 of those SIM cards. So if you are a couple or a family, it's not a bad way to go. Be careful about the data overages and you should be fine. All right, and with that, I got to get my stuff together so I can move on up to Tokyo. I'll talk to you guys later. Bye.